welcome everybody here to the ESL ESEA Pro League. We're doing the Super Week. Sentinel, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm feeling a little chilly, man.
Oh, yeah?
You know, so I feel like I had to warm up. You know, winter's coming, Anders.
Yeah.
This is it. It's starting to get a little chilly outside.
You know, some of us just came home from California and it was 30 degrees over there. It's amazing. You know, there was an outdoor mall and I was shopping and I was just like, I was just wearing like a shirt and it was still too warm. It was great. I love it. I love it.
Dude, that's what it's up with like SoCal. That's why everybody looks at me like I'm insane when they're like, you moved from Los Angeles to Stockholm? I'm like, yeah, seasons. Give me that winter. Give me that snow.
And it was good fun for me as well, driving from LAX down to Irvine, because I get to cross all these places that I've only ever heard about in rap songs, you know, like Long Beach and Compton, all that. Yeah, you know, I'm here, it's happening. So I was having a good time.
I knew you would love that.
Yeah, definitely. But as you guys could tell, we did have some pretty good matches tonight, a whole evening booked with matches, and you can tell right here, all the way until 22. We've got Penta playing a bunch of times, Envy twice, and then Dignitas twice. So pretty good mix of teams here. Hard to predict exactly which are going to be the best games, because it could be like a little bit of everything, it feels like. We are also sort of, you know, getting sort of halfway in towards the tournament here. So, I mean, it's good stuff. Now it really begins to matter who wins and loses.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to look at the standings, which is what we'll bring up next for you guys, you know, it's starting to get towards that crunch time where certain teams, they've only got a few matches left in the pool, and you really need to be staying around where, well, ideally Fnatic, we're sitting at the top, right? But you don't want to be going over that 4 to 5 loss. You know, like Titan right now sitting at 6 losses, it's looking pretty grim for them, for example. Like the chances of them, the odds of them actually making that land now, they get really slim. It's going to come down to some kind of tie situation for them to be able to make that cut. Yeah. So, I mean, it's at the top of the pack right now that we're looking, you know, Fnatic, Team Solo Mid, Team Dignitas sitting up there with the 6-3 score line. That's really solid, actually. And we're going to see Dignitas twice tonight, so it's going to be a lot of fun. These are going to be some very important matches for them, because if they can keep that streak up, they're giving themselves some breathing room.
Yeah, I feel like that's been part of the surprise so far, that it's been so impressive. But
are we live?
I'm wondering if we aren't about to be live at least. I think maybe they did sneak a little bit of time in on us here, so we might as well just switch it over to the game. They cut us in too early. Damn. First game is going to be TSM and Penta, and we should be going right into the game here. It's on Inferno. Right now, we're cutting into a 3 versus 3. Bomb is just about to go down here. Carrigan showing up Dupree with an important kill and a headshot on Crystal. And it's going to be Tassin left, the only one here in a 1 versus 3, trying to see if he can make his way through the smoke, but they were never going to let him. Dupree ends up with a triple kill. Initially, just to catch you guys up, there was a bit of a fight going on over here at Banana, which meant the Penta were a bit out of position, and then the rest of TSM ended up going out through quad, through apartments, and end up in the A-bomb side with a pretty good position there. So you guys didn't miss too much.
You kind of just give you, like, what needs to happen now is basically, at the end of this league, we need to see just what Dupree's pistol stats look like. Because it just seems like this guy right now, especially on this hot streak that TSM have been on, like, he just keeps delivering in the pistol rounds with headshots. Tassin, though, no joy for him. Cajun, long range tapping with the MAC-10 will pick up the kill there. And well, Penta, they did go for the force buy in this round, so they are trying to mitigate that SMG damage, but it just doesn't work out for him here. 3 SMGs for Team Solo Mid. Those guys are definitely looking to farm some money right now. Yeah,
and I mean Tassin in the middle was just taking that fight, although Crystal actually will pick up Dupree, shooting him in the back. That looked painful, you know. He was literally trying to escape, climb up the wall there, but that was never going to happen. So 4 versus 4 now, and they've got 2 people on this bomb site trying to fight it out. Cajun with the MAC-10 not doing too much damage.
A lot of. Yeah, I mean, these Deagles are actually doing some pretty good work. Cajun, he's low. He's going to get caught in the end. Taps, and we'll find him. That P90 also going to work. Just spraying through. That's ideal for Crystal. Just trying to do what damage he can. And Tabson, so long as he can stay alive here holding this line, he's looking really solid for his team. He gets caught, but there's still Strux, and this is bought the time for the rotation. It's bought the time for Crystal to come in to try and slam the door shut in Team Solo Mid's face.
Look at Speedy chasing them down. Banana, they heard him, and Sipnik's going to be able to pick up that kill. So a really good adjustment there. Sipnik is just standing still for a minute, turning around and waiting for them. He's doing it again, so he's just making sure that their push behind here is really staggered and that they're going to have to slow down every turn. Ends up being trapped in the corner. Are they going to be able to get him? He's going to get the 1 kill and the second one too, so a triple kill in the end. Pretty good defense there, and even if he goes down, I mean, he's bought some time for his teammates to get in and get that bomb down, so pretty good job overall.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, Zipnix as well is a guy who's actually been standing up, doing quite a bit of work for Team Solo Mid. It seems like a bit of a shift has happened, you know, for a while there, especially once Kerrigan joined up with the roster. He seemed to be just doing a lot, getting a lot of frags per round, leading from the front, and just creating opportunities for his team. But now it seems like you can really count on Zipnix in those kinds of situations. He's supposed to be the support player. He's not supposed to be the top fragger, but he does seem to be able to, when given the chance, just lock down frags.
Well, frags are going to be a lot harder to come by for Structures in this corner, trying to see if he could find his way out. I think there was even a jumping shot there from Cajun with the AK. No time to even sit down and shoot with it. Crystal doing his best to stay alive, but it's not going to happen against the P90, which means Speedy is going to be the last man standing here. All they have with USPS is no armor, so not that much excitement, really.
Yeah, a hard eco round for them. They're banking on this next one right here, Penta. This is it, the 4th round. And now we get into the thick of things here as Penta are going to be able to go in for the rifles. They're going to get some nades as well. They are skimping on the helmets, which is the smart move to make. Well, I mean, there's still a Galil on Kerrigan, and there's a P90 on Device. Device doesn't necessarily need to upgrade, but it looks like that's going to happen. No, they just swap it out. So maybe that's it. Kerrigan he might just go rushing in with the P90, see what he can do for the team, and then the rifles will follow him up. But there is a risk. 2 of these guys on Team Solo Mid, without helmets, if Penta run into them, the headshot is going to be a real... I mean, it's a real risk here. Penta could actually get picked off pretty easily versus these guns.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So we'll see if that's going to be a factor. Already headshot is Device through the smoke down at Banana. And look at this Crystal hiding inside with the FAMAS. Not going to... Well, he's going to lose Speedy. He's on the other side. He might be able to make a big impact here. Coming around the corner, sprays one and doesn't get the second one. That would have had to have been a double kill for that to work out. But the pillar there just keeping, I think, Dupree or Device just alive long enough for that to work out. So... TSM now up with 4-0, and them being by far and away the superior team here. I feel like this is a very, very bad omen for Penta. They need to switch things around, get back on track here.
Well, it's those kinds of plays that need to happen, I think, for Penta to have a chance versus Team Solo Mid.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, I don't think a straight-up game where, you know, they rely on taking duels and they rely on outstratting their opponents. I just don't think that's going to cut it for them. I think it has to be kind of wonky situations like that where Crystal... Ooh. Well, that's a nice shot. Okay, then, Tabson. Sorry, you know, I was just saying, man. Shots like that will do the trick too.
Well, I was looking at Crystal has the Zeus here. You know, that's exciting, Sumler.
Oh
I know you like that.
Oh my god. He's real. Oh, he's stepping though. They know. He has to know. Yeah. Oh. Now Zipnix, yeah, Zipnix has to know something's up here. So it's like, come at me, bro.
Look at this. They got Zipnix boxed in though. He's in that corner, and backup is not even going to be anywhere near. Structures over here. If he loses this fight, the round's pretty much going to be done. Zipnix fighting his way out, gets both of them. The curse of the Zeus is still continuing.
Nope.
You've got a little smile on your face, Sam. Like
I was just like, that's what you get. I'm not even mad. That is what you get. I mean, look at that. Maybe if he rushes out with this teammate and uses the P250 that he had, which is, you know, lethal at that range as well. At that range, headshot with the P250, Zipnix is dead. But instead, he just tries to run in there and like herp derp, try and get the kill with the Zeus. No, oh my God, no, Anders, no.
Well. One of these days, it'll turn out to be, you know, a profitable choice.
Well, you know, just ask Renegades, right? There was a day when it was profitable, and unfortunately, the Aussies paid.
Oh, Crystal. Almost getting a shot down middle with that AWP. Look how aggressive they're being behind this. He gets the flick on Kerrigan, though. That was a brave choice here for the Danish captain, and I mean, in another time, it could have worked out. It's sort of unlikely that someone's going to do that. So Kerrigan just, you know, who actually I feel like has been adopting more and more kind of like a JW style of playing, just like trying to play the unlikely scenario, ends up getting down, and Crystal even picks up a second kill here. Yeah,
Crystal's going to be the point man, I think. Once he has that AWP, I mean, he gets picked off there, but he's done his work. Man advantage, and now Tabson is there to extend that lead. He manages to just get the drop on Dupree. Tassin is up here at apartment, spots the second man, not going to get the spray, but the damage is done, and now the information is there as well for his teammates, and Struxy's in position to shut Device down. No joy for TSM this round, and a lot of that is just due to just great work done by Crystal with the AWP. He is pretty much like the Opper apart. I mean, Chris J is kind of like the Opper for the Netherlands, right? But if we're talking like German Oppers, it's pretty much Crystal. Like he pretty much sits at the top of the pile.
Yeah, and I think once he hits like his good games, he's really impressive to watch as well. I just feel like he's got still some of those consistency issues that we've seen from other Oppers who are trying to make sort of the breakthrough. So we'll see if he's going to be able to iron it out here. He's going to have to. It's another buy round for TSM, and Penta now 5-1, still nowhere near good enough.
It's just good to see Crystal still in the mix after basically getting 3 of his players robbed off of his roster by Gob B going into the last major. And we're going to be frank about it. That's the only way Mouse Sports actually got into that tournament, is that they took 3 of the existing Penta members. And Crystal, well, he was left out in the cold. So I'm still glad to see that, you know, he's stuck it out. He's here with Penta, and he's still trying to get some games going for himself.
Yeah, I mean, life is hard like that in the Counter-Strike world. Sometimes you will end up losing players like that. Crystal trying to actually jump into the angle, which is such a cool way of peeking. I love it. That Molotov first was a little bit funky. It kind of like evaporated on the corner of the rooftop there. Not sure what that was about. And Crystal here looking for an opening and will pick off Carrigan again with ease. Over at Banana, though, it's got a bit of a push going on. Tabson going to try and fall his way back. Tarsin picking up a kill on Dupree, but we'll see if Tabson can hold on here. 35 seconds.
This is a good rotation coming out from Penta. Tabson really did need to hold on, though, seeing as how that smoke went down. He wasn't going to get any support from Struxy, and Struxy gets smoked off with a delayed one into Coils. Device is waiting there with the AWP, and it really did come down to Tabson there. He had to stay alive at least just a couple seconds longer to get that crossfire established from Spools. Once that crossfire is set up, then the defense is that much stronger, but if he's gone immediately, now we can see just how difficult it is for Penta to get in here. Now that they've lost control of the site, they're getting picked off one after another. And Crystal, he's the last man here with the AWP, and really he would love to just live. But Zipnix is a ruthless Viking. He wasn't interested.
He actually jumped over his scope initially, which has got to be a little bit annoying as well there. So pretty good job also TSM saving that one Molotov to be able to put down, which meant, you know, apart from the one CT who was out here behind the Molotov, you know, trying to play hide and seek, the others kind of had to go this way through. So it kind of funneled them into the B-bomb site. Not that much trouble for TSM. And now it's back to the Zeus for Crystal. Get one more chance here, Samler.
There is a deagle on Speedy, though. Well, somebody's got, you know, some heart here. No spot, though. There we go. That's what can happen. Tassin picks up the one. Dupree is there to get the backstab, though, and this is from second mid as well. Dupree just doing exactly what he needs to do. I mean, just stepping out, holding that line. That's the risk of going for that aggressive mid push as CT. You have to have somebody watching second mid behind you, or you'll just get shot in the back every time. Then the pincer kind of closes on you when you're looking to catch somebody maybe in Banana. The situation can change very quickly for you if you're on that aggressive CT side.
Yeah, we've seen that time and again, and it is kind of interesting. Like, there's a lot of ways to deal with it if you're on the terrorist side, because you're absolutely right. If people end up down here, and suddenly the T's are coming in from these two angles, and you're sort of stuck in this box here, things get a little bit weird. What also happens every once in a while is that the terrorist team will simply just run up in apartments and out into the A-bomb side, and then, yes, you've got the mid control, absolutely, but they've got the A-bomb side. Things get a bit weird sometimes when you do that. But they did only have pistols, and I mean, the initial kill was good enough. Penta now 1-7 though. I mean, this is definitely not Germany 1-7. You know, if only they were playing Brazil, you know, there'd be some sort of, you know, so some revenge here.
Balance here, feels luminosity. I'm just glad that we don't have any soju and beer here, Anders.
Oh, you're right. Don't remind me.
That night, scarred for life.
Bad things happen. Oh no, Crystal. They will make it out, but only barely. The wall banging, and then the follow-up Molotov for forced to exit.
Forced out of the room?
Yeah. With fire. There we go.
Had to do it.
Yeah.
But Penta actually have a pretty solid setup here, all things considered. They haven't really got any info. I mean, they do have somebody holding the aggressive angle in Banana, so he's trying to get some info there, see if anybody's going to be pushing up. But that is very clever there by Speedy. Boosted up over the smoke, picking off Kerrigan. Kerrigan really hasn't had much joy over here on the A side. He just keeps running in and getting nailed at Arch round after round. But it's going to come down to his teammates now to get the job done. Bomb is rotating back to B, and it seems like Team Solo Mid, they might have an idea of what's going on here. They're all the way up at top Banana already.
I'm kind of wondering why they're waiting so long, though, TSM. I feel like the information that Kerrigan at least got was that there was a boost there, which means you've got 2 people in Arch, and you kind of have to still have someone. I mean, you know there's 3 people there at that point, and at most 1 or 2 at B, and most likely 1, in fact. So, I don't know. I feel like maybe this slowdown here is a little bit of a mistake on their part, but they're getting a great entry. Device and Cajun picking up a kill each, and that might just set them back in the game. Speedy trying to cover the long angle into the bomb site. Not going to make it happen. Cajun will take him down, and now it's up to Crystal and Tassin, and they're in a 2 versus 2.
And with 10 seconds left, that bomb gets planted, but Device, he's so good right now. That's also a difference between, you know, what makes a top-notch opper and one who hesitates too much, one that isn't up there in the upper echelon. It's just because you have to have confidence in the angle that you're holding. You have to have the patience to just sit there with that op and say, somebody is going to peek here, and when he does, I'm going to pick him off. Yeah. I'm not going to miss that shot. And Device twice there. Waits for the man on Spools, and he was sitting there for like, what, a solid like 10, 15 seconds just waiting. Yeah. Like, somebody's going to peek here. And when the opportunity presents itself, bam, lands the shot, gives his team the momentum to get up onto that site, and then holds in construction for a second kill. I mean,
yeah, and I mean,
experience is all it makes there.
Confidence levels on Device recently are just, skyrocketing as well. He's just so sure that he's becoming like quickly one of those, top 3, top 2, top 1 players in the world. It seems, depending on who you ask, but definitely very, very strong player. So yeah, a lot has changed. Someone should probably write like a piece about the sort of just the Device career in the last year or so. It could be interesting to like get all the details.
I think a certain Ginger's out there.
Yeah. He's got some fans somewhere.
I mean, he is definitely up there in like the elite. What Thor would say. Just basically, you've got your great players, but then you have your elite players, and that's definitely where Device finds his home. We have a bit of a stack going onto the B side here. They're trying to put that rifle to good use, and actually it does manage to pick off Kerrigan again, but that's kind of Kerrigan's thing. Picks up the first kill, trades 1 for 1, and now, I mean, do Team Solo Mid realize that they're walking into a stack here? Have they seen enough?
I don't know, but they're doing a bit of damage here, and Crystal is very low on health, trying to hide in that corner there, and he's going to walk right into the shot, so dupreeh will pick that one up, shooting blindly through at the moment. Speedy trying to see if he can pick up a kill, but Device, as you said, again, peeking, confident in the shot. tabseN going to go down to Sipnix, and that will be the round. Good damage being put out. I mean, dupreeh could have died as well. There was a real chance, I think, for Penta to make that round work, but 9-1. Overall, we have to kind of say that this is slipping out of their hands very quickly. Completely.
And that was about as clear an example of like what confidence can do for you. I don't think that TSM even cared that it was a stack. They were just like, yeah, we're just going to kill you. Like brute force, we don't need to back off. We're not playing scared right now. We're just going to slap you around.
I mean, they did set up like an interesting position really forward, kind of where Strux is right now, and the reason they could do that is probably because there's no grenades on Penta's side to sort of force them out. There's no Molotov, no HE grenades into, so they can just stand there and keep standing there. Nice shot from tasseN there to pick up Sipnix, and it's going to be 3 versus 5 here. Kerrigan picking up one, he keeps spraying, he's going to take down the second man as well. Nice entry here, Kerrigan doing his job, and then some. tabseN and Strux are gone, and now Crystal trying to get into position. Nice bunny jump here with the AWP, but he's not spotted the bomb yet, and I'm sure he can stop it either.
Yeah, that flash isn't going to be very effective either, but then tasseN just goes running right through. There's the fight away shot from Crystal. And now it's going to be down to Cajun in a 1v2. Luckily for him, he's got 50 seconds and the bomb on him, so now he's got some options, but Speedy's holding that angle. Nice headshot, though, and this could actually change everything. Does he manage to sneak his way past? Yes, he does. He can get over to that A site, and now Crystal has to actually wonder.
That was a jumping shot from Crystal, and it landed right at the feet of Cajun. You saw that. Incredible stuff. And Cajun playing this one very smartly as well. The running away, faking the def cam, and then standing still. Sure that Crystal was going to be running right after him, so some interesting stuff there. And now Cajun, he hears Crystal coming. Crystal right around the corner, going to walk into the headshot, and TSM going to pick up the round 10-1. That was some fun times there. It's a very, very cool idea to just, fake the cam and run away and then wait for it, but didn't work out too well.
It was just this uphill battle for Crystal at that point. What are you going to do? I mean, there are so many places for Cajun to hide, and again, that confidence, right? Cajun's not going to go run and hide around a corner. No, he's just going to come right back at you once that bomb gets planted.
Simple would have pretty hit that shot jumping,
He is, like, uniquely talented for that sort of thing, isn't he?
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a thing. Oh, Device picking up a kill there. tabseN trying to get a bit aggressive with Strux also behind him, but now it's playtime for TSM. I'm not really sure what they can do at this point, Penta, to put an end to it.
No, okay, well, we lose Strux. And that opens up the B site. Bomb is going to make its way up there, no problem at all. They know where Speedy's playing from, and he can't even get the single kill there. Xyp9x will shut him down. And well, yeah, I mean, this is actually, a bit of the old freight train.
Yeah,
it's been a while since we've seen it leave the station.
I mean, the answer, it seems, for Penta is the double setup. I mean, we've got to bring up this point as well, similar of the round difference. That is going to be a factor. If you end up in a tie or something, then it comes down to round difference. And right now, TSM, I mean, they're looking pretty good for round difference.
Ooh. That they are. They're 2 maps behind Fnatic, and they're already tied with round difference. Wow. So if they crush Penta here, if they completely crush them, that's going to give them a good lead over Fnatic going into the end of this season, because right now TSM are second in the group. We saw that earlier. Kerrigan not going to be able to get that 180 spray down. tasseN with the P90 going to pick him off, but then Xyp9x also managed to pick up a kill, so we're still in a 4-on-4. And Penta, they're at a huge disadvantage just because any 4-on-4, 3-on-3, 2-on-2 is going to favor the terrorist side. But then these terrorists, they still have all their nades and they have superior firepower. Whereas Penta right now,
and more health as well.
Yeah, they're hard pressed.
Everything is not working out for Penta here. It's not the start that they were looking for to the evening. They will be playing a lot more, of course. Dupree turning his back and should be going down, but somehow escapes for a moment, which leaves Strux alone over here, AWP in hand. Gonna miss the initial shot, trying to see if he can get the re-peek in here. It's a bit dangerous. If he dies, so does this B-bomb side. He's gonna pick up the one, but Cajun jumping up. Nice push there from Device and Cajun, and now Tabs and stop it. 35 seconds going to be rushing through. Sipnik still gets the shot, even with the flashbang. Bit of a robbery there.
Yeah, no doubt. He's not actually covering Cajun as Cajun plants the bomb, though, so that's a little awkward. Dupree's very low on HP as well, so this really does have to come down to Zipnix here. Dupree decides to scope in, though, and he's just going to take that fight and win it flat out. So I was going to say, what excellent teamwork, Anders. Device, Cajun,
yeah.
They were thinking there's one. Cajun goes up high, Device down low, they push at the same time. He didn't stand a chance, Struxy. He wasn't going to land 2 shots with 1 op, right? Wasn't going to happen. But then Zipnix was like, yeah. I just want the kills.
Well, he's got 18-1 and 3. At that point, you just have to keep going. You're just like, just let me do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's my time. Negev on Device as well. That's what we have. Good times. We'll see if this is going to be working out for them. TSM have been doing this recently. They did it against Dignitas. They ended up with auto shotguns, and he's going to get shut down. Instant karma, and Tabs are going to pick it up there and just make his way out. That's like it's the upgraded version of the Zeus. Whenever you do that, something goes wrong, doesn't it?
Yes, please. And now Tabs, do you really want to run up Banana when there's a negative waiting for you there?
Oh.
I guess so. Oh, good peek, though, by Strux. And Strux with a double kill. And now it's going to come down to Zipnix. 1v4. He's got the AWP, not the ideal weapon to have in this situation.
Do these people never play with the Negev? Don't they know it actually has, super sick tab fire accuracy?
Yeah.
It's incredible how powerful it is. If it wasn't for the pricing, it'd be spraying with it isn't really all that, it's not worth it. Zipnix with a little bit of a scare at the end. Are they going to hold on to the Negev? Of course they will. Good job, Speedy.
Yeah, Speedy, he's got our respect now.
Yeah. Oh, 3 AWPs and a Negev and Zipnix. Are you going to be the voice of reason here?
Do it. Negev, you want to? Ah, okay.
Quad AWP Negev.
This is where they just start to have mercy, basically, solo mid.
Should try and cast around like this and just pretend that it's a legitimate strategy for anyone new watching and be like, yeah, they've got the sniper and they've got the suppressing fire and the Negev, and the other team
there's totally some level of strat here.
They can't even hear anything because there's so much, the gunfire is so loud, so.
And they're dropping decoys everywhere. Yeah. There's actually 2 decoy nades out there with ops. There we go. Crossfire. Well, Speedy does one and he's gonna go right through, but Zipnix at the 180 shot. Dupree picks off the man in Banana, and Dupree with the double kill opens up that B site, and it is going to be down to Crystal now, who falls to Zipnix. So the quad op Negev strat works, Anders.
Yeah. They had the decoys and everything too, I think. So,
They had double op decoy.
Op Negev decoy madness.
That's just cruel.
Pencer's on the other side trying to listen in on TeamSpeak what each other are saying. They're like, what? Where are they going? I have no idea what you're saying.
You've done the, it's actually happened to me in the past too. Now that
I always
started
go for
talking
the
to it, I know you're so incredibly annoying with that.
It feels so fun though,
It's so annoying though, man, because it's just not only does it annoy them, but then it's I'm trying to listen for footsteps or something, and all I hear is boom, boom, boom. And I was like, God damn it, Anders.
All you need is that one time though, where your decoys goes boom, and then someone peeks behind it because they think you actually fired the AWP, and then. That always feels good though. But that is kind of doesn't happen too often. What's up here?
Crystal got up on the balcony up there.
Yeah. Nice carpet.
All right. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. The Valve devs so attentive to detail. Yeah. We're actually looking at the carpet right now, guys. So.
Yeah. The round is starting behind us as well, but
it's a beautiful carpet though.
It is a beautiful carpet. But I feel like sun drying it like that, it's going to fade over time, isn't it? Like it'll bleach itself.
It is. It will bleach itself. If
you got to be wary of the colors like that.
But then you'll get that fresh, you know, summery breeze scent, right?
True. It's true. And it's warm. You put it inside. You know, no shoes on. You know,
roll around on it a little bit.
Still pretty good. You're right. It's a trade-off. All right, we've got 3 dualies on the Penta side. You've got to give them a lot of credit for this. And Speedy actually almost gets the shot through. I mean, they've got just way more pistols than TSM have. There's no way they can lose this round.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just superior firepower.
Yeah, a mathematically accurate strat here, you know.
There's so many bullets, there's no way.
Yeah. You don't even have to be good, you just have to shoot a lot.
I mean, they got the right idea. They're all just going to go YOLOing out onto the B site. Bit of a stack here, though, for Team Solo Mid. First man's going to get spotted, and he's going to get tapped down. Spitty, one dually kill, rather. And now we got Device just going to work. He gets 2. He could get a 3rd. He does actually get the 3 headshots. And now he's got dually of his own, but he's not going to be able to pick up the follow-up. Instead, Zipnix actually gets pinned down, and it's going to be down to Cajun B. Last man alive here.
This is a very, very awkward round. Cajun, 10 bullets still left. He realizes where they both are, but it's going to be Tassin to come in and get the double kill with the double pistols. All good stuff. Now, 13-3. I mean, I actually kind of like the idea of what they were going for. Aside from the ridiculous triple dually stuff here, the fact that they were sort of running in and ended up going this way through spawn to catch anyone rotating in is a really good idea. They couldn't necessarily know that that TSM were going to be so good with the USP, but still.
Or that they would have 3 guys on the B side as well. True. I think that might have caught them off guard. If they got the first 2 kills really quick, right, they're thinking, great, you know, we're on there, we're good. And then Device is just there to wreck their day. Device, though, I mean, speaking of wrecking, he's got the old man gun. He's roasting a little bit here, so he's got to be careful. He's just waiting for somebody to commit around that corner. There it is. Boom. Headshot.
Oh, don't give him more kills, guys.
Give him more money. Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, pop flash out. But he has to sort of run back in, so I mean, it's a nice pop flash, but it'd be better if someone else could do it. 2nd kill, 3rd kill. Nova shotgun. Going to be shutting down almost all of Penta here with semi-range. It's a quad kill. Picks up a UMP. No, you can't do that. Yeah, you're going to have to recommit to it. You want that Nova ace. I don't think we've ever really had that before. Speedy's coming around the corner here. Device. Oh, Sipnix. Why?
Come on, man. Like, just think about the money that Device just made right now. Yeah, up to 7 grand.
Why, Sipnix? Ah, that would have been beautiful. Nova
really,
ace?
Device? Man, the lack of respect right now.
Have we had a Nova ace ever?
I don't think so, no.
I can't immediately recall. Somebody tweet at us and tell us.
I think Snacks on Dust 2 outside of Long Doors, but I think he had a swag. He didn't have a Nova.
Yeah, it could have been something like that. I think we must have had like some swag aces, but
yeah.
Nova?
Maybe I don't think for the man gun. I don't think we've had that. Device, though, M249, just going ham right now.
He's so ready.
He is, and this is a force buy from Penta as well, so I mean, it's just looking so grim. He's actually trying to tap, and then Speedy's like, enough of that, son.
If it had been the Negev, it would have worked. Like, I feel like the M249 is worse at tapping than the Negev is. But this gun is still fairly loud, even though it sounds just a little bit more plastic-like than the Negev, I feel like, you know.
You know how it usually is with small dogs, right? This dog's so loud, Anders.
Yeah.
Then you just want to step on him.
I don't think you can say that, though.
Wait, was my mic on?
Exactly. Oh, man. 15-3, and then Nova shotgun being picked. Oh, sorry, not Nova, but an auto shotty being picked up by the TSM team. No big surprise. They are prone to doing that. We've seen it before. Oh, the victory bells have been sounded. And we can't really hear anything except for that. It's so loud, and maybe also a bit of a sound issue there. Device trying to get the grenade in. Gonna hit it on Crystal, and well, it's a decent start anyway, but now the MP9 comes into play. Cajun gonna be picking off one, and in the middle still, Sipnix here with the P90. I think that was Dupree winning a long-range fight with, or against Tassin. So, not sure what's happening here, but Penta aren't coming out on top, it seems.
No, Penta are definitely on the bottom. I mean, Strux and Tabson are the last 2 alive here, 2-on-4 for them. They've got an AK, a Tech 9, and a single HE versus an auto shotty and M249. I mean, there's no losing here for TSM.
Oh, and the MP9 will finish it. You're right. Cajun with a quad kill. and that is going to be the round and the game favoring TSM. And quite a, again, you know, in terms of round difference, pretty good victory here for the Danish side, and maybe a little bit of an upset for Penta. Just, you know, I think they wanted more out of that first half at least.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Where does it leave them?
I'm just looking back to, like it's kind of hard to judge for Penta. Coming into it, the results that they've had, at least this week, they played one game. They beat Na'Vi on Cash, but then it's on Cash.
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good to beat Na'Vi, straight up aim fight, right? But
it's not too bad.
But I mean, still, it's like Cash, worst Na'Vi map. I mean, we kind of just saw what happens to them when they run into a top tier on a good map for that team. And I think that's kind of what we have to expect from Penta. It's just like they have so much catching up to do if they want to be competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking kind of grim. They're sitting at the bottom of the pack, but that's only because they've only played like the one game, now 2 games, compared to like the 11 matches that Fnatic have played.
I feel like they're like the German version of like a Danish SK kind of lineup, where it's like, you know, you have some solid core players, but you need something else. Like you need some stability. You need to find like the perfect 5 people that you can keep playing with. And they're not necessarily doing that all the time. So.
And I can't imagine a situation where Crystal and like those guys wouldn't have been like massively disheartened as well after, you know, their last roster split right before the major, etc. So maybe there's some recovery time there as well. Did actually bump into him at Cologne. Yeah, which was fine. I was like walking up the stairs. I'm like, oh, what's up, Crystal? He's like,
oh, yeah. He was.
I'm sorry you're not playing, bro.
They were at Aces, weren't they, in Finland?
Were they?
I think Crystal was there at least with like some mix of people
messing around.
Yeah, I think they were. They're some cool guys.
Pretty much a mess around tournament though. Yeah.
You're right though. I mean, it's hard to stay in there once you lose some of the really good players you have there. But I mean, that's kind of that's how the game works. Just to catch you guys up, because we're doing the first day, we'll be here tomorrow and the day after as well. But if you've missed any of the previous weeks here at the ESL ESEA Pro League, go and check it out at theScore eSports. Download the application as well on your iOS or Android device. You can keep up with scores, obviously, but also, you know, articles on news stuff. So definitely go and check that out. Pretty good stuff. You see all the link right there. So go and do that. We've even got like little cool, you know, Google Play and iOS stores thing.
Whoa,
got the logos up there.
They've upgraded the thing. Yeah, exactly.
Good times.
See, there we go, guys. App Store, Google
Play. It's our
Play.
producer Matt who did that. You know, that's why they pay him the big bucks. You know, good job, Matt. Right, so that's the first game of the evening, but we do got 4 more coming your way.
Yeah, there's gonna be more Penta tonight. Just throwing it out
and
there.
Dignitas.
But there's going to be 2 Dignitas. There are going to be 2 Dignitas matches, rather. And let me see. We actually have some really solid matches coming up. One of them is going to be very interesting. 2 of them, actually. The next 2 matches are going to be big. It's going to be Dignitas, Envy. So Dignitas, they're always capable of doing damage. I think Envy are going to have to work for that win. And we're starting to get down to crunch time for Envy as well, where they absolutely need every win here to maintain that margin of safety for the LAN.
Yeah,
and then the follow-up match at 20 is going to be NIP versus Dignitas. So,
all right. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think NIP Dignitas is going to be interesting as well. NIP seem to be like they're just freewheeling at this point. They're just doing whatever they feel like, and sometimes it's working. You know, it's
pretty much right.
It's like interesting.
Double op, triple op, double scout, all sorts.
But they
of
did beat
right
Fnatic the other day, didn't they? I think they did.
They did. No, they beat TSM.
Oh, they beat TSM. You're right.
They actually qualified for the Fragbite LAN.
Yeah, good times.
Over TSM. So you're just like, where the hell did this nip come from? All of a sudden, I guess, you know, them having that hard mental reset really did wonders for them.
See Forrest posting that picture, like the magic picture.
Dude, have you seen like the entire roster? All 5 of them have got magic pictures now.
Yeah,
like that Freiburg one where he's holding the cards is for me like one of the best like Steam images that has ever been produced.
Yeah, and Freiburg had an ace or something as well. Like they were going mad basically. So it's in NIP. I still don't know where to put them. It's an interesting development that's going on here. Yeah. But the next game, guys, is coming up in about 15-ish minutes. So you guys go and get something to drink, maybe some dinner or something like that, and we'll be right here and ready with Dignitas and Envy playing. 15 minutes and we'll be back.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters. Delta Time's debating that against it. Oh, it's beautiful. Exists. 2 kills could never be so important.
Gonna go for it behind the fountain. Kerrigan's just gonna charge him down. He's gonna miss quite a few pistol shots. Kenny X, what a kill! And then he gets the second! Kenny X punches the round!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the second night of the evening here at the ESL ESEA Pro League. I'm Anders. With me is Semler, and we've got Dignitas playing Envy now on Cash, best of one game.
And as far as this map is concerned, it's kind of all signs, again, pointing towards the favorite team here, or the elite team, which is Envy. You know, similar to what we have with TSM and Penta on Inferno, Envy on Cash. They're a team to be feared on this map. Dignitas, not a super good map for them, and they're the underdogs already. Like, no matter which map they take it to, still kind of have to like throw in with Envy being the heavily favored team here to take this one, Anders.
Yeah, I have to agree a little bit. I mean, I feel like Dignitas have been, sort of surprising us a lot recently. Got some pretty good results in, so maybe it's not even much of a surprise anymore. Actually, I'm sort of reaching a point where I'm like, I actually kind of expect them to play like a really high level of Counter-Strike. So, you know, now it switches for me. Now I go into being disappointed whenever they don't. So, do you
feel like that's because of Schneider? Do you feel like that, you know, that added firepower, you know, being brought onto the team, consistent firepower, unlike Nico, you know, that's been brought onto the team? And do you think that's the thing that's making the difference here for Dignitas?
Schneider, it feels like socially as well, he's in a good place with the team. Like, you know, there seems to be like a kind of light-hearted spirit, you know, going on. Like, everyone's having like a good time. AC, I feel like, is like, you know, evolving as like an incredible, like, like a Danish player in the Danish scene, and just outside of it too. Really, really strong stuff. Pimp, I still like a very high level of focus. I feel like the whole team's super focused. I think that's like the main thing that I have to take away from it, is just like I still feel like actually Kjerby, that we've been like sort of, you know, promoting as like up and coming talent, and like he's like super young still, so there's a lot that can change. But I feel like maybe his role in the team is like the least defined right now, where it's like, you know, what exactly is like, what's he supposed to do? It's maybe a little bit more tricky in that sense, but he still has really good moments. I still think he has like all the qualities of someone who could be like a super player, but maybe he's just being eclipsed right now by AC, Schneider, and Pimp.
Well, yeah, and not only that, like Schneider, he does have a big impact on the game atmosphere for the team because he has so much experience.
Yeah,
so you know, going into the qualifiers, for example,
Did win
a
major.
Exactly, won the first one with Fnatic, and he's got a lot of experience on LAN, a lot of experience playing against these players right here. You know, against for example, you know, like the Envies, the Nips, the Virtus Pros, etc. Like, Schneider's going to be able to keep their head straight and make sure that they stay focused and not get down on themselves as things start to get difficult. I think that's the most important thing right there, is just the fact that he is bringing that experience to the roster.
And I mean, MSL recently has been just in a very good spot, I think, as well, in-game leading. But the thing is, he's also obviously going to have a really tough time against someone like Happy here, because it's you know, that's always rough for anybody. So I feel like MSL has shown a lot of promise recently. Never like a guy that struck us as being particularly skilled as an in-game leader, but I feel like he's put in a lot of hard work. So,
well, he came in after Fetish left. Like, the original roster was with Fetish, and they just noticed the same things. I mean, that's why Fetish was initially removed from TSM when they were Dignitas, and when they made that swap over to TSM. It's just that, you know, Fetish wasn't fresh. He wasn't bringing anything new to the table. It was a lot of the old stuff, and they got figured out, and he wasn't really changing it up. MSL shows up all of a sudden, replaces Fetish, and Dignitas become a real threat. All of a sudden they have more aggressive T sides, they have more impactful T sides, and they're actually starting to become a threat in that aggressive, you know, offensive half, rather than just having to constantly count on their aim carrying them through on the defense.
But I mean, I think for MSL, it used to be that there was like this Danish trifecta. Whatever team they were on, it would always be like MSL, Pimp, and Nilla. And honestly, in my mind, the only one that I sort of cared even a little bit about was Pimp. And I feel like MSL and Nilla were just like off doing like random things in the Danish scene, and like, you know, never like high enough on the radar, or like, you know, big enough blip on the radar to really care about. So I am super impressed by MSL's like, you know, return to, or like, I guess like entry into a really high level. I feel like he's done a really good job. So
it's that sensation probably of, you know, okay, these guys, they're dedicated. Kjerby like took a hiatus, basically, like took a sabbatical from school to focus on CS full time. You know, and like guys like Device and Zipnix, who basically had like a year left in their thing, decided to stick it out and basically went through hell because they literally never slept. You know, it was like school all day and then CS all night and then sleep 5 hours and do it over again, right? You know, Kjerby decided, okay, it's big enough now where I can go ahead and take a little bit of a break and focus full time. He's just an example though on the team. You know, Schneider as well, one of those guys who's fully focused. And Pimp, one of the hardest working, long time, like grind it out kind of guys as well, who's had just so many struggles in his career, and he just keeps on going. He just keeps on holding out for that team.
Now we match all of that to then like the ridiculous raw and like raw aim and skill that's on the enemy team, and that's the big problem. You know, you can take all your homework and like try and bring it to class here, but envy, they are some superstars.
They're
and
the
that's
dogs.
that's
they just
gonna
eat
be
your homework, Anders.
Exactly. That's pretty much it. No excuses is going to be good enough this time around. It is going to be mainly armor on the envy team here as they get started on the terrorist side, setting up for maybe a push into main, while on the Dignitas team, we've got pretty much a similar setup, 4 armors here.
Yeah, a little bit of a bait there on the envy side in A main, trying to see if anybody on Dignitas was holding aggressive, if they wanted to go for a peek once they heard those steps. But it doesn't really pan out that way. And Envy, when they realize, well, they aren't going to peek us, they're actually playing smart right now, Dignitas. They aren't really giving us much to work with. They decide to rotate back around towards that B site. And this is ideal here for Envy. There's only 2 guys holding anywhere near here, and Pimp gets tagged down to 20 HP right at the beginning of this. So it's further weakening the B defense. This is going to be perfect for Envy. They can just go crashing in here, and all they have to worry about is MSL.
Oh, he gets that first click, but then... Oh, he actually gets a second one on Kiyoshima. Those bullets must have landed simultaneously, because I swear he was dead before actually he got the return frag on Kiyo there, but... Bomb will go down in the corner here. Nice plant position. Kirby winning a very crucial fight against Happy. If he dies, then there is no flank, and Envy have a really good defense. Kenny pushing aggressively. Is going to pick up 1 kill, but now it's all on Apex here. 37 health, 1 versus 2. Trying to see if he can find the right angle. He's got the bomb covered. He can go in and look at that through Checkered, and he is wrapping around here, exposing himself too much, and Pimp will end up taking him down. So it was a pretty good position to put the bomb in, just because you can cover it from Checkered, but he had to peek out really far there to get that kill, and AC will get the defuse in the end.
Yeah, he had no way of knowing that the kit wasn't there on the site. That's the main detail. You saw Pimp running back all the way, like pretty far back into CT spawn actually, to go and pick that kit up. So of course Apex, he doesn't get this info. He doesn't spot it. But had he known, he might have chosen to play that situation a little differently there. But I mean, he did the best that he could. I think 37 health, no armor, just the P250. I mean, it's a tough situation to be in a 1v2. So Envy, they get the bomb plant, and what do? They go straight for the buy. Most teams would just go for some P250s, maybe a flash, right, and just save up for the AKs. Not Envy.
No.
Envy just go for the straight out buy. They want to keep the pressure up on Dignitas.
This is almost like the Envy test, isn't it? It's like, are you good enough to handle this? Then we'll start taking it seriously. If not, then we're gonna roll you. So already opening up with a headshot, of course, from the Deagle. It's gonna be Happy, and then we've got 2 other Deagles and 2 Tech-9s in play here. They open up the squeak door, and on site is he's gonna get the 1 kill in. And Kirby, they almost line up with Kiyoshima. He picks up a double kill, and he can't get the bomb down though. Maybe a little bit slobby there. Schneider just walking with the FAMAS and getting 2 kills, and it's gonna leave it in 2 versus 2 still. What
the hell was that? Yeah, that was awkward. Kiyoshima just stood there, basically. What was going on? And now it's going to be Happy and Apex. Last 2 alive. Happy, here's the steps on short. He's just crossing his fingers, hoping that MSL overextends. And MSL... Oh, Happy actually misses the shot. That's not something that happens every day. If given that opportunity, like 9 times out of 10, Happy will annihilate MSL, punish him for making that mistake, not checking close to that corner immediately. But that is a rare mistake made there by Happy. That is not every day you see that.
Yeah, I have to agree. That was a perfect opportunity. He must have even seen the gun barrel walking in first, so plenty of time to get something done here. All right, well, I mean, a bit of luck, and Dignitas are back in a 2-0 lead here, and Envy gonna have to go for no armor. Still a couple of pistols, obviously, but they're Envy, but yeah, a little bit of breathing room here for the Danish team, and they do need it.
Yeah, they can breathe a sigh of relief, and they get a bit of an idea as well. I mean, AZ, he knows what the state of the economy here. He knows what they're going up against. He goes for that MP9, looking to farm some money up, and he's even going aggressive with it as well, wanting to get all the way up into Toxic, it looks like. Just hoping to be able to catch somebody out of position. Exactly. Apex takes out Schneider, though, and that was from short, so they do manage to still show Envy that they've got some bite, even with just the pistols. And this is one of the best pistol teams in the world, pretty much.
Yeah, hard to argue against. Their success at winning the follow-up round to the pistol is pretty legendary at this point, which is a little bit silly because, I mean, they do actually lose an incredible amount of pistol rounds, which seems like, why not just try and win the pistol round, but yeah, I don't know. There's some French logic in there somewhere.
It's the Glock, Anders. It's the Glock. They can't all have Tech-9s and Deegs.
Oh, Apex crouches in, and Pimp got to be careful here. This is pure headshot range for the Deagle, but he's going to take out Apex and MBK to follow. Really good job here. Stays safe as well, and Kenny and Happy are going to be the last two left. Happy has stolen that M4, and they're boosting up, and a nice headshot is going to down MSL. He's going to go for the peek again, but aim punch is going to put him out of the round, and Kenny now in the back lines here. 11 health left, 1 versus 2. He goes down to AC, so it will be the round for Dignitas, although a very expensive round, just like the last one.
Well, Happy had to take the risk. For a moment there, you're thinking, why did he step out into the open, right? But then, obviously, if he's getting a shot from there, he's clearly telling Dignitas, there's 2 guys back here behind quad boxes. You know exactly where the 2 of us are playing from. And Happy, that moment of hesitation where he didn't drop off immediately and start moving, that's what cost him. He got caught out in the open. And, well, what could have been a clutch situation there for EnVyUS kind of just fell into Dignitas' hands. EnVyUS can still be happy, though. They get the bomb plan out of that situation. They still get 3 kills. And so Dignitas, despite winning 3 rounds so far and getting up on those rifles, they don't really have a whole lot of money to work with.
Oh, bit of a misstep there. Kenny looked like he actually had the timing right, but Pimp will end up winning that fight, and that's a good sign. And you're absolutely right about the money. Dignitas, if they lose here, they will be straight out of money, and Envy will pretty bounce right back into the game. So this is actually a critical round, a huge round here for Dignitas if they can pick it up.
And they're going to go aggressive. Yeah, Pimp. He's just waiting for somebody to go for the peek, but he could find that angle. Happy, though, he is scoped up. And Schneider, in the meantime, takes out Apex. There's the jump to get the info, and Happy now going to be ready. And Kiyoshima's the one to land the shot, though. Happy, just a little off point today. He might be able to pick up AC, and this could be a golden opportunity here. Happy, expecting the forward position, though, will step out into the open and get picked off. So a 2-on-4 situation now for Envy. They're slowly getting picked off one after another here. Dignitas doing an admirable job so far on the defense.
Yeah, 2 versus 4. All they really had to do is wait for someone to try and put the bomb down, and then they should be able to retake it in full. There's no reason to really risk anything here. Kirby will be going down, caught off a little bit there up at the railing, and Snyder playing a great position for what's coming, but he can't win that fight. Low on health, and Kiyoshima takes him down. MSL sneaking in, finds the angle, and almost kills both of them. Grenade, he does not have one just yet. Kiyoshima going to be the last man left here. 1 versus 2, and actually there was a grenade put out by AC there, so now Kiyo at least going to get the bomb plant. Don't see him escaping from this corner, though.
No. He did his job. That was the best case scenario. That's the long play. He's not going for the big frag wheel moment. He could still win, but they peek him together. Great coordination there on Dignitas' side. That's all Kiyoshima is hoping for, is that one of them is going to step out, get impatient, try and make the play happen for himself, and then he gets to turn it into a 1v1, a situation that he can win. But Dignitas, they're really showing some solid work here, some solid team play. And that's what you need if you're going to beat Envy. If you can't 100% rely on your aim to win you every duel, you need to be able to communicate effectively and be able to work together as a unit just like that.
I mean, it is another round where they're down to only 2 people left alive, and I think Envy, combined with the bomb plant, they feel like that's enough for us to want to break them. I mean, it's kind of disappointing. You win 4 rounds in a row. The most you have is 1,700 on AZ there, so got to be careful. Although he is 7-1-1, so I'm glad we started off by highlighting him because he's been doing a good job. If they push B right now, then Pip is going to be the only one there, so that's a bit of a strange setup. Look at this from Dignitas.
And right now, Envy have no map control. They have no information to go off of, so it has to be a quick play here onto the B side, and Pimp is going to pick off Apex because currently Dignitas pushing all the way back into T-spawn. They're going to wrap in, and Envy, they're going to get caught in a vice. Bomb will get planted, though. They do get control of the B site, but this is still an advantageous position here for Dignitas. They've got that man advantage, and they're going to have the element of surprise coming in from the back halls.
They should have, although there's one hiding just to the left here, and it's Happy playing in Toxic, so now they've got him at least boxed here for a while. Another couple of members are coming in. Can they pick him off? MSL crouching around the corner. Is going to get headshot by Happy, and he's looking for another couple of kills here. Nice spray and takes down Schneider. And now it is going to be AC and Pip left here. 2 versus 3. Pip picks up a kill. He actually wants to go for the retake. A little bit dangerous. And now he's in a very bad position. Don't see any way, and he's going to end up running out of the bomb site here. So Envy barely making it out. But, you know, I am still impressed. This is a round that you only throw, I think, if you're playing against Envy. I think MSL basically said, look, we know that they're mad enough to try and do something crazy here, so let's double push in main, double push in Squeak, see if we can't catch them completely off guard. I think they're actually trying to play on like Envy's side of the court here and just say, you know, we're gonna throw you really out of your comfort zone. If they didn't do exactly what they did Envy this round, if they had, you know, tried to hang around middle or something, this could have been a huge round for Dignitas. So maybe a little bit of misfortune. I still like the idea.
Well, exactly. It's pretty much from our perspective, right, we have the eye in the sky, so we get all the info round after round. And so far, EnVy have been very consistent at just spreading out across the map in 1s and 2s, looking for a pick. So you're right, Anders. If MSL, if they decide to push out like that in force, it definitely falls about for EnVy. Nice shot there by Schneider, taking out NBK, doing enough damage with that P250. But this is still an eco round here for Dignitas, and so EnVy should be able to wrap things up neatly here. Nice spray by Happy, picking off Kjerby. Looks like Happy's starting to get warmed up as well.
Yeah.
He definitely looked like he had a bit of a slow start to the map. But that's always kind of been the EnVy curse as well, right? You know, first net map of the night, they always seem to struggle a little bit, and then as the map progresses, this is where it starts to get a little dangerous for Dignitas. Do they have enough money for a full?
Yeah, I mean, they
barely.
They only saved the AWP from the other round, and then nobody else bought anything, so they're still doing all right. But as you can tell, they've won 4 rounds while only surviving with a couple of members. And EnVy, they did 4 just last round.
This is one of those pressure calls, really, and this might come back to bite Dignitas. Because look at how low they are on gear. They don't have kits. They're so limited on nades, and yeah, they have to go for something crazy. And again, they're going for the double push because it didn't really get spotted last time they went for it. So sure, go in. But this time, Kenny's waiting, and Apex, only partially blinded, will pick off Schneider. They figure out EnVy that there's a push coming in from Squeak as well, and it's a complete and utter slaughter. Wow. EnVy were completely set up, ready and waiting for any kind of crazy stuff to come out from Dignitas. And unfortunately, MSL, this force buy is going to completely screw Dignitas in the early game now. Because before this round, EnVy are still only sitting on 2 rounds. Pimp has been doing great work with the AWP. Just go for another round of eco, give EnVy a 3rd round, and then just shut them out when you have everything you need, right?
I mean, this is going to be a bit of a confidence break here as well, because, you know, you pull a move like that, you expect to come up with a lot more than you just did, so probably a little bit of frustration, I imagine, in the Danish camp here, as you're right. 4-3 is going to be the scoreline here. Pimp, M4 in the middle, does get a good timing there on Happy, and he's just trying to stay alive at this point, and that's pretty much all that he can do. They still haven't put the bomb down. They're just, like, looking to box him in and get this rifle away from him. That's some cruel play coming out of EnVy.
Nicely done. Does Pimp get greedy? He does. Gets actually quite a bit of damage dealt to him by that HE, but he will get rushed down by Kenny, who has no fear at all. 9 HP on Kenny. He's like, YOLO. And, well, that's a 3rd round for EnVy, and sad times for Dignitas, who are down to, you know, around $3,000, $2,500. So another round of pistols coming in here for the Danes. And you really start, and especially considering the strong start that Dignitas had, you're starting to think, okay, this is where they get that confidence, this is where everything starts to go well. But then 2 hard rounds, this is where the jitters will start to set in for Dignitas.
Well, it does seem to follow very well along the lines of how EnVy want to play. Essentially, buy up as much as you can, keep the pressure on, and as soon as there's any weak point, they just break through. That's
Kjerby, though. They just killed Kjerby, and I think that EnVy will have noticed, yeah, wait a second, what the hell is Kjerby doing up there? Pimp is usually the one playing on high with that AWP. That's his favorite position. That might be it right there. That info gained by EnVy picking up that 1 kill in that player's position might be enough to tell them, wait a second, something fishy is happening here. So now, well, I mean, EnVy basically should be a cleanup round, although MSL gets that timing. Kiyoshiba, he's planning for Made and then realizes, wait, I don't have anybody actually watching my back. Schneider, though, will be the last man here for Dignitas, and, well, that round of eco really not panning out unless he can get some kind of magical headshot kill here. No, Happy just dunks him.
Get out. He did get leg jumping up on the box as well, so that ties the scoreline at 4-4 moving into the 9th round. It is finally time for Dignitas to have a really good buy here, but you can already tell how much they've slowed down, and I think, yeah, Kjerby's at 1, 3, and 8 right now, so not finding too much luck either, but we'll see if that can change. Kenny has the AWP, and so does Pimp.
Yeah, again, you know, highlighting Kjerby. This is the main thing for him, is that it seems like in the big matches is when Kjerby seems to fade, right? We see huge plays from him against teams of like even skill and against other tier 2 teams. But when he starts facing the tier 1 teams, it seems like that's when Kjerby starts to fade a little bit and struggle. And that comes down to experience, just plain and simple. He's one of the youngest pro CS players right now in the field, so it's something to keep in mind. But it seems like he still needs a little bit more experience to be able to, you know, keep that level, maintain it versus the very best.
Yeah, maybe try and just like reset himself mentally, because I feel like maybe there has been a lot of pressure on him in the sense that everyone's been saying he's so good. NBK stands in the middle of the smoke, And Kirby sprays blindly through Schneider. He gets a trade before he goes down. Kirby in the middle. They could have been a great kill if he could have lined that up. Would have given them the bomb as well. But Apex just a little bit too quick then. And now it's back into a 3 versus 3 with about 44 seconds left. MSL going to check the middle. That's some really good information. Is he going to realize that Happy's up there? I'm not sure. Happy sneaking in on top of him. Oh, and MSL should have been going down way quicker. There was actually an opening there. Now Pimp's alone, though.
Yeah, and Pimp is going to be kicking himself that he just missed that shot. He hears the steps and squeak. Shot through, though. Apex is gone, but that gives the opportunity here perhaps for Kiyoshima to step in. AC takes out Happy, though, and it is going to come down to Kiyoshima. 1v1 situation now. AC's only got 22 HP. He does have the flash, and he does have the molly, though. But yeah, that molly could just get canceled if Kiyoshima wanted to. Instead, he's going to use that smoke to just create a little bit of space for himself to play with here. It comes down to the headshot. Who's going to get it?
AC gives up the fact that he's in the bomb side. I'm not sure Kiyoshima realized that. He does not have a kit and walks right into Kiyoshima. So because that door was open, I think he thought maybe he snuck in there, but obviously we could tell he didn't. So great job from Pimp, I must say. I mean, getting that shot out of Squeak, really important stuff. Bit of a shame he couldn't end up winning the round for them. So that's 4-5, and now Dignitas realize we need everything from here on out. We got to finish this half 10-5, and this is how we're going to try and do it.
For them to have a shot at winning this, right, it had to be like a decisive first half for them. Really, they needed to just like crush Envy, like 11-4, something along those lines. Just constantly keep Envy's economy broken. And that's just not the case. And again, aggressive play here from Happy, and he nearly gets the second one. Schneider's going to be able to jump him in the end. Great Molotovs, though, just end the HE tag as well. AC is gone and checkered. And they just go rushing through the smoke, but it doesn't matter because they go in together, Envy. So NBK with the trade frag, and now a man advantage here for Envy. They've got control of the B site, and there's no hope here for Dignitas in this round.
That was essentially, I think, like a lake of fire in Checkered there. He just could not make it out, so that was a bit unfortunate. I mean, this is for anyone new watching, anyone who's who hasn't been watching Counter-Strike for too long. This is what you really should expect out of Envy. Just the constant pressure, even past the point where a lot of other people will start thinking, should they really be buying? Should they really keep forcing it here? And they just keep doing it, and eventually, as soon as they find any weak spot, boom, that's it. They seem to just immediately take over the map and take control of everything. It's kind of it is a little bit scary, but
they just do it. They're just so consistent. Yeah. It's like you're always thinking they're not going to do it again. It can't possibly happen again. They're going to get shut down this time. They're going to get figured out. And yet, the Envy are one of those teams that are just they have this uncanny ability to just grind rounds.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, it's just they find that weakness and then they crush their opponent's economy. It's like T side on Envy. They're just so good at making sure that the CT side never has what they want to work with. Like Schneider, where's your gun? Okay, there it is. Bit of a delayed buy there from Schneider, but it's just full rifles. They actually have some nades, though, this time, Dignitas, so that's going to be a bit of an advantage, but Pimp doesn't have his AWP.
MSL thinking about that grenade for a moment, but deciding against it. Happy's been snuck up really far into the middle here. This is a lot of information and a lot of audio information he can get from what's happening there. Schneider and Kirby holding that A bomb site. Feels like it's going to be an A hit. Look at Happy just walking out there. No information. Bit of a weak setup here for Dignitas, I must say.
No refrag. Just because Kirby's so worried about what's going to be coming out through A, he can't actually face Happy and try and get that frag back. And then now Happy's allowed to get right into Z. Oh my god, it's going to be a slaughter. He picks up another kill and he spots the second man going into CT as well. So now EnVyUS, you can see the instant reaction from them is to just start swarming.
You can actually shoot through into CT spawn as well. You don't just have to do the angle there. So Apex could have even continued to spray if he wanted to. We'll look for more kills in sight here. Pimp going to go down, and AC wishing desperately he could jump into the truck and just drive away here.
Actually, this works out perfectly for AC.
Yeah.
Because Happy spotted 2 guys. They didn't see 3. So AC, it's good, man. You baited the rest of your team.
Yeah.
And you will live because of it.
That's how it works. Sorry, Pimp, but, there was only room for 1 behind that van. It's true, if they both hide there, they both get found. So, might as well just do it like that.
The Pimp, he was looking out. He was looking out for his boy.
No. I was about to say something. 7-4.
Restraint, Anders?
And moving into the 12th round, I mean, things have just utterly spiraled out of control here for the Dignitas team. We're just praising them, saying it's a good job, and even missing that grenade in the middle there.
Yeah, you can see some frustration from him there. And they want to try and set up for the run boost, but...
What are they doing?
I don't even know.
I feel like it's inappropriate, whatever we're about to broadcast there.
I mean, at least Kirby's not a chicken.
Yeah, true.
Dupree's not on the server.
Yeah, that was awful, man. Gonna get a couple of emails from Peter on that one.
Henry's reaction was pretty freaking godlike, though.
Oh, Molotovs are in, and it forces the jump, but Kenny's too quick. AC with a nice double kill, though. He's going to bring it back to 4-3, which doesn't help Schneider a lot in this bomb site, because there's 3 people coming. He's got the M4, no head armor, no grenades. Has to try and buy time just by killing people.
Yeah, he's got to do it the hard way. Well, now, Peekaboo takes out NBK. Bomb is making its way up. It's in Cubby, and Kyoshima just trying to push up on the ramp, but he gets caught in the crossfire. Still takes out Kirby, but the damage is done. And now Happy's in a 1v3 situation. He has to walk his way onto the site with 35 seconds left. And the bomb, once again, it's out in the open, so he has no edge to work with. Single Molotov not even going to do anything for him here. Spots the man in CT, though, and that's the only peek that needs to be made by Dignitas.
Yep.
The rest of them, exactly. Don't show yourself, Schneider. The update, man. The update. You can't jump for free anymore.
No, 15 seconds here. Happy. He's really trying to get everything he can out of this round. Not afraid to try and take this fight if he has to. And we'll see the result if you try and peek him there. Completely lethal, but he can't win the round still. He could do some damage.
And he keeps going for the fakes. He keeps faking running away and then just be like, yeah, follow me. Yeah, get greedy. See? Frustrated a little bit there, you know? But that, like, how many fakes did he go for there? Like 2, 3 in a row where he just runs the distance and then walks back in?
Yeah. He's playing a bit of a mind game on them there, and AC at 12 kills right now, Happy at 14, scoreline being 7-5, and even if Envy don't win any more rounds this half, I think they're still going to be in a great position come the second half. But I mean, Dignitas once again, they win a round, but they only survive with 2 members.
Yeah, that's Happy will still be like, okay, pretty pleased. Okay, now we get it. Yep. Nope.
Oh,
oh man. That's taking just a little bit too long. They might try and go for it now.
A little bit scary. Looked like they almost fell into the fire from the squeak doll there, but not quite. Kirby hiding in the corner. That is a dangerous corner to hide in. People regularly check that just by shooting. You can see Kenny can actually hit that angle, so got to be a little bit careful. Now boosted up in middle. And again, the mid control for Dignitas is almost non-existent, and it did cost them around earlier because Happy got to sneak up highway, so you've got to be careful.
But Pimp has rotated over this time. And all remaining members for Envy, it looks like they just want to come crashing through one single point.
Yes,
it's going to be the flood.
How's Pimp going to stay in that corner? Apex goes down. Kirby with a big grenade. But there's the Molotov one side. The other side, Pimp, he couldn't even do anything. NBK to take him out. Kirby in the corner. Sprays one, but Kenny's there. Now it's all on AZ.
Yeah, that's some confidence as well from NBK, just leading the way with the bomb. Knows that his mates are right behind him, that they're going to be able to follow up that frag. And now it's going to be AC stepping forward. Doesn't deny the plant, but he gets a key frag. Brings it back to a 2-on-2, and they know that Kyoshima was playing behind Forklift. MSL's there to pick up the kill. And now it comes down to Happy. Bomb is not planted for him, though. This is, hugely ugly. He doesn't get that frag. MSL, he's got 11 HP. He might start roasting here, though. He's right on the edge, but 1 second, and it's not going to be enough. Happy, he misses the nade, and that's going to cost them the round.
That was actually a hard Molotov to throw as well. That would have been very interesting if he could have actually hit that perfectly. So pretty good job there. I mean, Dignitas surviving the round in spite of some awkward positioning. Again, I don't understand the lack of mid-control and Pimp in that corner. When you're this late and Envy have that many grenades, I mean, the only way for you to win that fight is if you just hit the first AWP shot and then run away, essentially, because otherwise you're going to you're going to get Molotov. Double AWP, though, this time. Schneider and Pimp both, and we'll see if Dignitas can turn this around.
And I mean, a testament to just how much money Envy had. They still full buy with Molotovs, AWP for Kenny, everything they want. And a kill as well. Timing is there. MSL blinded, doesn't even know what hit him. And well, now it's a man advantage here for Envy. And again, they go back to that spread. Pimp, though, is going to punish Kyoshima over in the B hall. So bring it back to a 4-on-4. But that old 1.6 style, that peak. That jump peak from Kenny, that was perfect. Schneider just gone.
Really good stuff there.
That's when Kenny starts to feel it, you know? That's when you start to see a glimmer of the old Kenny who was so brave, would just peek all angles.
Yeah, he's definitely making his way back to that level. Oh, Kirby body blocking the Molotov. Maybe he could have like caught it and thrown it back.
Oh, yeah, man. We call him now. Oh, nice shot. A little late on the HE, unfortunately. That's only going to tag up Kenny. Molotov going down. Double molly, in fact. Pimp can't even get anywhere here. And now it's going to come down to his teammate, basically. Kirby working his way through. Does he get the drop?
Wow.
This could be the moment here. Kenny's protected from the angle, and yeah, Apex just there to shut him out.
That's so hard as well, because even if he wins the first fight, there's a guy really close that knows exactly where he is, and that's going to make it tough. So not an easy retake for Dignitas, and Envy going to bounce up to 8 rounds now. And if we bring up the scoreboard here, Dignitas, what kind of money do they have outside of this AWP? It's not that great. So this is the problem. Again, 2 rounds in a row that they've won, and they've secured almost no kind of bank. I mean, I don't know what's up here.
No, this is looking very much like a 9-6 situation for Envy, honestly. Unless Pimp can come up with some kind of like masterful play with the AWP in the next round, catch Envy off guard, be really mobile, you know, get that first pick, rotate around, get another pick, like something along those lines. I mean, that's what's going to have to happen here, because the rest of Dignitas, as you guys can see, it's like a shotgun. MSL could afford to pick up an M4, but everybody's just so broke on the defense. Whereas Envy, again, full buy for them. Double AWP, triple AWP. This is just Envy horsing around. Is Kiyoshima going for... He's actually going for the swap. He's actually trying to walk it forward exactly from spawn. We haven't seen that in a long time, because Happy used to do that on Inferno.
Yeah. They are just having a good time right now. Kiyoshima covering the angle. I don't know. Yeah, just Envy realizing that they're in a really good position and having a good time. 8-6 in the 15th round here, and last one of the half as well. Started off so well for Dignitas, and has a good start here in this round. Almost thought Kenny was about to do some wall banging there. Looked like he was trying to aim through the wall, but not happening.
All right, does Kenny get the drop on Pimp this time? Molotov force Pimp out, but Pimp's on the site. This time Pimp is in the proper position. He's got a lot of room to maneuver around here. He can actually try and step out into the open. The smoke usually goes down here as well, so Pimp can hold that close angle onto the site. But it doesn't look like Envy want to commit to the A site for now. They're wrapping back around into mid, and Schneider's close enough to hear these steps. This is a very valuable information here for Dignitas, and he actually commits. He goes right through, and BK just gone. Has no idea what hit him, but there's the refrag coming in from Apex.
What a shame. AC trying his best, but he goes down to Kenny, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 2 here. 25 seconds. MSL up on top here. Molotov goes through, and that forces him out, but Kenny's ready. I mean, the kind of teamwork that you're seeing here from Envy is you know, it's just instinct, basically. Yeah. They know that if someone's up there with the Molotov, he's probably going to peek, and I'm not sure what's happening to MSL's model. It's like weirdly crouched over here. Now it's all on Pimp, and he goes down. Kenny with a godlike peak there, and that's going to make it 9-6 in favor of Envy after a terrific, what was it, 5-round start for Dignitas?
Yeah, it was 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's where basically the pain train just started to set out there for Envy. They just, put 7 rounds up on the board before Dignitas could start replying at all. So, I mean, the problem is that, well, it's pretty obvious if you guys have watched any cash, or at least high-level cash, it's just that right now, we expect this kind of scoreline for Dignitas. We expect them to have 9 rounds, Envy to have 6, and even then it would be kind of a close kind of situation. The fact that Envy have picked up 9 rounds on the T side is a huge lead going into their defensive half here. So they're going to get the swap over onto that CT side, and I mean, they struggle with pistols, but they're still just as dangerous when it comes to, you know, that second round force buy situation. Boom. Schneider with the no scope. Okay, then.
The question is, how can they bring it back at this point, though, on the Dignitas team? It's true that Envy style is a little bit more effective on the terrorist side, because, you know, you keep forcing, you know, you keep that economy pressured on the CT side, and, you know, you end up with what Dignitas were in here, the really bad position where they can't ever really put together really good buys. Yeah. So that's harder to do on the CT side. You know, if you keep forcing up on CT side, you're gonna, instead of sort of wrecking the opponent's economy, you'll often wreck your own. So they might have to switch up their style a little bit here, but it's still, I think, pistol win here for Dignitas is crucial. They need that.
And there's actually a really good point to be made there, because we were always wondering as well when the roster shift came in, you know, how does that work with Kenny? Because you know, you're always talking about forcing CT. It's the Envy trademark. They just force, and never really rely on the AWP. And all of a sudden, they've got a guy who's absolutely lethal with the AWP, and who you want to get him that gun every round. Yeah. So then I think there was definitely like a growth period there where they had to try and find that comfort zone. Envy, Happy in particular, right? When do they force? When do they try and play for Kenny's strengths?
Oh, smoke is up, flashes through, and he goes down. Just run over by that Glock from Kirby, but then comes Apex with a double headshot in return. Happy gonna click away, Pimp, and it all falls apart. AC's gonna get the plant in the A bomb site, which is miles away from where EnVy are, but they are quick on their feet. Schneider playing close to the truck here, has to buy a lot of time. He has to stay alive for a good 10 seconds and not even getting to 3. It's gonna be AC left alone, back of site with the Glock in hand, trying to see if he can win that fight, but gets sat down up against the wall. And the cords come out.
Yeah. Somebody's going to fold a little donkey hat, you know, some donkey ears out of paper. Your teachers ever do that? Is that something in Denmark? Is that something, that used to be something in France?
Like pin the tail on?
No, where it's like, you know, if you were an unruly student or something, right, they would make like a cone hat or something and they'd write donkey on it and you'd like have to go and sit in the corner. Never had that?
No. I think...
yeah, that too.
Maybe I went to a weird school, but I feel like the high point for us is if they said, you know, you're gonna have to leave. Then like you left class and you go and sit in the library or something. So then it's like no class, great. I'm not doing anything.
That was always exactly like just so ineffective, like a way to actually try and control things.
Yeah, what a shame. Kiyoshima with some good spree down here, and he will end up dropping to Kirby, who runs close in. Good job on Kirby last couple of rounds here. Kenny now trying to see if he can stay alive, but Kirby will actually take him down, and it's now 1. Well, not even that. Kirby goes down to Happy, who picks up a double off his own, and that's going to be the round. So some good damage being put out there. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and 11-6 right now, and EnVy inching very close to a victory here.
5 rounds away. And they still kind of dodge it, keeping those players alive. Kenny just can't catch a break right now. 2 rounds running where he's just trying to dance on the edge of that smoke, and he really isn't getting too much luck. Dignitas keep, well, pummeling him. That Pimp, MSL, Schneider, I mean, they do get a pretty reasonable buy here, Dignitas. So now we have to see, are they going to be able to actually press forward onto the site? Doesn't look like they're showing any fear. They want to just go fast, straight onto the site, overwhelm the defense quickly, and MSL starts it off strong.
AC with a follow-up kill, Happy. Good kill there, drops the bomb as well, goes for a little bit more, could have maybe shot Kirby in the back, but he is himself going to go down, so now 2 versus 4, and yeah, EnVy making a smart choice and retreating here, not really worth it. And again, this is the difference, you know, on that CT side, you really got to hold onto those guns, otherwise you're going to be in a bad spot fast, so we'll see if they can survive with both of these. Especially
when, well, I mean, Kiyoshima just wishes he could get up onto that A site because all 3 of the guns got dropped there, and he is sitting on a 5-7. Not exactly the best save for him. Oh, no. That swap and that tick is so painful to watch. I thought most players had, like, trained themselves out of that by now. A number of times you actually see a player, like, swap their gun and it cost them their life in the end. Their lives, because now, well, AC's actually abandoning it because he's got so many teammates there. Kenny picks up 1, nearly a second. If he'd taken out Pimp, that would have been fantastic. But Kiyoshima, in the meantime, has found himself an M4, so he's actually pretty happy with that.
11-7. Still, I feel like it's a long ways back, but they have managed to win that crucial round there. And I mean, the rushing approach really worked out. Just running in, getting that entry frag, and leaving Happy alone on the bomb site. It's not a bad start. See if they can continue. They don't have an AWP on the CT on the terrace side here, though. I mean, Kenny obviously had his, so a bit of an indication. I think maybe the Dignitas do want to keep a certain pace. And yeah, they are going to be running straight in. Kiyoshima goes down, and it's a good kill from MBK. Next one as well, going to go to his way, and that's MBK with a 3rd headshot of the round, shutting down MSL, and that's going to be the end of the round. That's a ridiculous way to end it.
Oh my god, and that's going to be soul-shattering. Look at the economy for Dignitas now. It's got to be a buy. Do they go for the eco?
The thing is, I mean, usually you don't want to have discussions in the middle of a match about what went wrong, but every once in a while, you know, you kind of can't help doing it anyway. So if you ask yourself, like, what could we have done differently? It's like, well, there's not a lot you could have done differently. Like, you know, just don't get headshot everyone by MBK. It's, I mean,
ever since the patch update, it just seems like Deagles have become that much stronger. Like, ridiculously strong now. Just like every day there's a new Deagle ace that's being posted on Reddit, and just like players are getting so deadly with that pistol.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much getting to sort of a 1.6 or source level of stuff, which I kind of don't mind. I feel like it's so cool, isn't it, though?
I mean, you know, the guy who's happy about this obviously is Scream. Like, headshot percent just going through the roof right now.
I've seen those posts on Reddit. Like, he went from like 95 to 96 in like, you know, it's like Just in case you guys thought it was a fluke or anything, you know, I'm here the next day doing better, don't worry. Yeah, good times. I mean, I think it must add to the frustration. It's one thing to lose where you can identify the method by which you lost, you know, like, hey, you know, next time check the corner, because there was a guy in that corner and he killed 3 people. That's why we lost that push, you know. If you can do that, then you can kind of like mentally stay focused. So you just think, all right, that's all right. I know what went wrong, so we'll just not make that mistake again, and then, you know, we'll be better. But it's really hard when you actually do run everything pretty well, and it comes down to, you know, NBK hitting a triple headshot. Oh, boosting up, running with the fire. What is this? That might have been just a bit too much.
No Kevlar. And he's still willing. I'm wondering, though, I don't know if anybody was there. I was too focused on Pimp's health bar to see if anybody actually spotted him go down into this corner. I mean, Envy's response to this is actually giving up full mid control.
Oh, wow. AC now leading the charge, and they know there's a guy in main, so NBK is now trapped in that corner. Happy jumps over and he spots it, and NBK is going to go down. Happy might have been next in line, but he barely survives, and he's going to make it back around the corner. So bomb's being picked up now in team main, and still about 50 seconds left. I don't know about that jump. I think that was too much. That was too big of a commit there.
That was super brave. The only way that makes sense, I think, is that he was hoping that somebody would be like facing in connector, right, and just not expecting like, he'd catch somebody off guard really quick and then he drops back off again. But then, I don't know, that snap decision. Another call here, mid round is coming in for a B split. I mean, basically like a B rush. They're going through checker. They're trying to make their way through main right now, and this is now going to be all on Dignitas. But Kiroshima's here. The defense is solid. Kenny, sorry man, you can't crouch yourself into a ball small enough for Kirby not to miss that shot.
Happy there with a shot, and Kiyoshima up on the site. He's right underneath. A bit of a no-scoping going on, and Pimp picks up that kill. Still the 11 health left from earlier in the round. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and Apex, he's so close. When Pimp tries to this plant, Apex is going to be walking in the round. It's already won, and that's going to be it. Envy, they pick it up. Pimp, I mean, he didn't realize where Apex was, and he really couldn't have, so 14-7. It was a nice attempt there from Dignitas, but it doesn't work out.
No. And even with MSL making an interesting read, I mean, not deciding that perhaps Envy had rotated an extra man over onto that A site. They might be a little weak on B. They might have a guy in Link and one on B, right? You know, that'd be the ideal situation. And unfortunately for him, the defense, like they just went 2 and 2, or it was just 2 guys holding solid on the B site for Envy. Worst case scenario there for Dignitas.
Seems like we might have a bit of a Tech-9 rush going into B right now as the smokes and flashbangs are going up. It's a good setup here for Envy to deal with it, though. Molotov not going to do much. Kenny putting out some defensive grenades as well. And Kiyoshima should be able to get at least a couple of kills here if they try and make their way through. Flashbangs in. And Kenny getting 2 for 1. Shuts down MSL and Kirby. And a no-scope to finish it off on Schneider as well. Oh no, Kenny finally going to go down. AC picks up a double, but obviously too late at this point here. Is going to be all on AZ, 1 versus 2. He's got the armor, so if Envy screw it up, he could win the round, but it will be very difficult.
Yeah, Envy shouldn't be making any mistakes here. They have Happy going up on high. They are splitting up. NBK holding passively, and Happy is in here. They aren't actually in positions to be able to refrag. If Happy misses this shot, and there it is. Oh no, it's NBK actually getting the miss. Happy was the one holding back. Oh. And Happy actually wins that, but oh, wow. That shouldn't have happened.
True Happy style. He always does this.
I'm really surprised that it was like... Actually, I'm not in the end if you think about it. Because I thought that Happy would be the one, you know, going gung-ho and getting out there. But NBK sacking himself for Happy, that actually kind of like just perfectly makes sense. Actually.
Oh,
that's kind of what Happy's all about.
Beautiful stuff.
Well,
we've got it in. Oh.
So they lined it up pretty perfectly for him.
Yeah. MSL and Kirby both like, notice me, Kenny.
Yes. NK's like mediocre.
Just to bring up a point from earlier, that Molotov that Pimp was running through, the only way that makes sense to do is because you want to sort of beat the timing that's in the CT's head. You want to say they think that no one's going to come through for the next 10 seconds or whatever when the Molotov is down, or 7 seconds. So I'll push through before then. But then when he pushes through and stops on the other side, it just sort of defeats its own purpose, doesn't it? I feel like he should just keep going. You're at 11 health, just keep running.
Oh, buddy. Poor timing there for NBK, and now it's going to be Happy. And the Molotov is there. They run right through. Misses the point blank flick. MSL catching him off guard. That was very well done. And now Kenny's trying to hold the angle from Truck. He's over in CT. 5 players alive. Still for Dignitas. Finally, Kenny lays into one of them, but it's still a 2-on-4 retake. And now, 1-on-4 as Kirby takes off Kiyoshima's face.
Kenny last man left here. Nothing you can do to really win the round. Good flick, and somehow ridiculously it hits. I mean, if we can get that in super slow motion, that'd be interesting. I feel like that was some Kenny speed right there. Bring up the scoreboard. What's Kirby's score like right now? He's actually made quite a comeback into this game here, so that's some good stuff on his part.
Yeah, he started off, what was it, like 1-3-8 or something? Like,
horrible start for him.
Really slow, and yeah, he's certainly come back into it. Maybe you know, similar thing to what we were saying with Happy earlier, where it takes Happy a little bit of time to warm up. I mean, it's definitely not ideal, especially if MBK is the first man getting picked off in a rush, because then it just leaves Happy alone with an AWP. Not the best weapon at all to be dealing with that kind of situation. So Dignitas, it just seems like Dignitas right now, they're just going to try and keep Envy guessing. It's either a B rush or an A rush. Not very subtle, right? Just all commit. Huh? Let's see. So yeah, double scope, and he sees the boot, I think.
How much of it?
There it is. Yeah.
Come on, Kenny. Like, that is so ridiculous, isn't it? Well, he's going to have to make a big impact for Envy to win this round. He's got the only rifle and also the only armor and grenades, so see if he can do some damage here. And they are almost all stacked up in that B-bomb site too.
Yeah, Envy, bit of the gamble on their side.
I kind of like it, though, because that means if the AWP dies in Kenny's hands, there's a chance they can still save it.
Do something with it, you're right. I mean, this might be a little unfortunate for AC.
Oh. Almost a shot through there. It will be 4 versus 5 here. Kenny randomly shooting at the wall, not going to pick up anybody. And NBK hiding in this corner with the deagle in hand. See if he can do it one more time here.
He's got Kevlar as well, so he's not going to have to worry about it. There it is. Point blank shot, and he's not going to get it. Really needed that first shot to go in. And Kenny gets mid-air shot onto Kirby. And now he's got the angle. He's got the man boxed. MSL's going to get that plant. Timing isn't there, though. MSL, good dodge on his part. And Kenny is still here somehow. Man advantage now for Team Envy. They've even picked up an AK on Apex, and Apex willing to take that fight with MSL. Gets overwhelmed, and now the push begins.
Pimp Schneider, 2 versus 3 here, and it's going to be 2 versus 2. Happy making his way in towards the bomb site. Kiyoshima picks up 1 headshot. Pimp still alive here. So 1 versus 2. Kiyoshima's going to get the kill. Is there enough time for this defuse, though? Happy, he is on it, but he must have been just at the end, and that's going to be it. Envy picking up this game, and I mean, they made them fight for it at the end, Dignitas, but they had so much of a lead from the first half that it kind of was a little bit tough.
Yeah, they definitely put up a bit more of a fight than Penta did, I guess. That's what we could say.
More of a fight, you're right. Penta set like a low baseline for the beginning of the evening, so now we're slowly moving up here. Not too bad.
Well, hold on. What else? Who else do we have coming up next? Because it's going to be
Nip.
I mean, Nip Dignitas. This could also be. I mean, I could see the more random approach working for MSL in this case versus NIP.
Yeah, and they're playing Dust 2 as well, which is kind of like that's I think actually a map that Nip are going to be like a little bit hard to contain on, because like they're lately crazy. Like you've seen Forest stopping on that map and it to great success. So I feel like it's going to be really tough, I think, for Dignitas to stand up on Dust 2. But still. I mean, we did predict that Envy were going to be the superior team, and they did end up sort of showing up. So
yeah, and then basically just brutal. Nothing really that Dignitas were able to do in that map, it seems. Especially once Envy get up to like 7 rounds on the T side, however you cut it at the end of the first half, it's going to be them. I mean, crushing them.
Just winning the rounds, but only surviving with 2 members on the CT side, that forever broke their economy. They just could never get anything up and running. So really not much else to say. We've got about 10 minutes before we get into the next game, which is going to be Dignitas and NIP. Should be a really fun game on Dust 2 as well. I could see some fun stuff happening there. Maybe get to see Alu warping a little bit, or Forest, or both. So you guys just stick around for 10 minutes and we'll be back.